Hey guys, how's it going? Basically, I wanted to make a separate video going over the response Angry Joe made towards this individual who went ahead and accused Joe of assault with a story that was filled with many holes in it, and the story didn't really sit well. I did a separate video. If you want to watch my reaction of me reading her story, it's on my channel. But I did briefly go over this response from Joe in my stream last night. This was more like me basically getting a lot off my chest about how these individuals who fake these rape encounters and assault encounters and all that, who fake abuse just for monetary gain and for a few seconds of fame, are absolutely disgusting people, and they take away from the real voices that deserve to be heard, which are the people who actually go through that, who are not heard because these people want to overvoice them when they never even been through that experience. But in that stream, I did go over Angry Joe's statement. But in case you don't want to watch the entirety of that stream, which I will understand is a long as fuck stream, I'm going to go ahead and do this video basically going over Joe's statement and basically going over how I feel about the situation at the moment. So, this is his statement. It was on Twitlonger. It has come to my attention as someone I met at a public event more than 2 years ago, and I have had no contact with since, is now suddenly leveling allegations against me on social media. I want to be absolutely clear. These allegations are not true, and anyone who looks at the facts can plainly see that. I have no idea why this person has decided to do this at this time. But the fact that a defamatory, I can't say that word, please excuse me, smear posted on the internet can ruin lives these days compels me to make this statement. Here are the facts. This person approached me and my colleagues at a Twitch party, introducing herself as a fellow content creator who was interested in hanging out and networking. We exchanged Twitter handles. Then she DM'd me at the same night at 2:16 a.m. asking to see me again. I agreed and invited her to my public panel the next day, then to a YouTube dinner meeting with account managers afterwards. She showed up to my panel with a male friend who was more than welcome to join us at any point throughout the rest of the day or night after the panel concluded. After my panel, we met up with my friend Other Joe, and we all traveled together to the hotel where she chose to wait while I showered and got ready for the dinner. At no point did anything improper happen. I never offered or suggested sex. At the meeting, I helped her network her channels with YouTube partner managers. After the dinner, my friend and I attended another party in a public place. She tagged along. At the party, she checked her bags and belongings. At no point did I take her phone or purse or deny her access to them. In fact, she posted photos to her Twitter with other people throughout the night. I never grabbed, dragged, pushed, pulled, cornered, or spun her in any direction as she claims. I did not make her stay by my side at all times as she claims. We mingled at the party separately much of the time. All of those facts can be confirmed by numerous people who were there at the event, and her own account confirms these events. In her post, she claims that she believed I was pressuring her for sex. This is completely untrue. I have never suggested sex. I never spoke about sex. I never touched her inappropriately. She is a grown-up, and we were out in public, and she could have left at any time. I was just trying to help someone who expressed interest in the industry and my show. I never imagined this could be a bad thing. Sexual assault is an alarming accusation and should be taken seriously. I agree, it should be taken very seriously. If I or anyone had committed an offense, then it should be reported to the police and investigated thoroughly. I urge this person to do that if she believes an offense occurred so I can clear my name. However, instead of affording me due process, she decided to post false claims out of the blue more than 2 years later. The consequences is damage not only to my reputation, career, and brand, but also those who I employ, my friends and family, all because many people don't bother to examine the facts. Only the salacious headlines is very true. People don't give a fuck if they only skim through things and they're like, oh shit, this is a very this is a two-sided situation where we had to listen to both sides of the story. We might as well just believe the person and not wait for the other person to explain themselves. People like that, they want to believe everything they read, which is clearly not how you're supposed to do things. I went over that in my stream. People want to believe what they read because, they don't know no better. They want to only hear one side of the story. They never want to look at the other side of the story because they feel like, oh, this person came out, oh, I'm automatically believe them. It's the same thing that happened with the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard thing, where people automatically assumed that Johnny Depp beat her due to pictures that came out that looked clearly fake. And some people, in their defense, did come out and say these pictures look fake, but they automatically backed up Amber Heard, didn't give Johnny Depp a chance to explain himself or even come out, which when he did, everyone automatically started believing him as well because he did bring straight up facts and evidence towards the situation, which was a good thing. So, I really wish people would just wait and hear both sides of the story and not just one side of the story and automatically dismiss the other person. No. This is a serious legal matter. On the advice of my attorneys, all my future statements about this will be through the legal process. My lawyers are sending this person a cease and desist letter. Of course, she is free to express her opinions about me all she wants. What she's not allowed to do is lie about me or defame me to the public and suggest that I am a sexual predator when I'm not. If her defamation continues, I'll be forced to take further legal action. I have been in a public eye for 12 years now. And all this frustrates me so much because fabricated and embellished stories like hers do a disservice to victims of sexual assault and abuse. I want to thank those who resisted the temptation to rush to judgment and took the time to look at the facts. Thank you for your support. And he's not wrong. This whole response right here is very professionally done. He went over all the points that she brought up, and yes, he does have a point. All of these embellished stories and fabricated stories do take away from the real voices that need and deserve to be heard. As a person who's been through domestic abuse before, you know, our voices don't get heard as much. And it's only the ones that are like towards big famous people, their voices get heard more than the normal people. And it does take away from the real victims, and it's absolutely sad. Um, and people do want to rush the judgment. They don't want to look at both sides of the story to see if, okay, maybe this guy's story is actually more believable. They automatically just want to rush to judgment, which is not a good thing because that can also damage a person's career because then this person has all this support over a fabricated story, and then in turn ruins the person's career, the person they're accusing who had nothing at all to do with that, who didn't do it, and their career gets ruined all because people wanted to rush to judgments. People just need to stop and take time and look at the facts and look at both sides of the coin and basically say, okay, this person's story definitely doesn't make any sense because this person came out and said this, and it's good to know that Joe will be taking further legal action if she comes out anymore to harass them and say these lies. It's really a good thing. It's He doesn't need to do videos on her. He doesn't need to. This was a sufficient way to do this. I 100% agree with how he handled this by doing a statement instead of doing a video. Um, and yeah, and also what's funny about this is, if you go to Joe's Twitter, he said this: I also want to make it clear, even in her own follow-up tweet, she walks back on her story and now claims I never assaulted her. This was her tweet. I will be taking a step back from Twitter, and it amazes me that people think the little followers I am getting somehow outweigh all the backlash and result in clout and monetary gain. I never said he assaulted me, which is absolutely bullshit. In her story, she clearly stated that Joe pushed her against a wall. That is assault. That is assault. I said his actions were predatory because they were. Thank you, too. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, you did accuse him of assault. In your story, which again you can go back to my video and watch, you did accuse him of assault. You said he pushed you against the wall. And look, this person said it right here. Look, Joe pulled me off to the side, out of sight from the bouncer and everyone on the ball, and pushed me against the wall and asked me what my idea was. So it clearly says right there. I don't even. You guys will have to go back to my video. It says it right here. You were accusing him of assault. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but that now that you're getting a ton of backlash, people are now starting to see, your story was absolute. No, you're starting to get all this backlash. You're starting to backtrack now. I mean, it's absolutely sad. You might as well just face up and say, listen, I may have embellished some things. I was doing this for a little bit of attention, because that's what it seems right now. It seems like you were just doing this for attention. Joe, you put out a very professional statement. Congratulations, dude. You did a good job with your statement. This right here is how you handle situations like this. Very mature. Didn't need to make a video response or anything like that. This is a very mature statement. You guys can go read it. All you have to do is go to Angry Joe's Twitter, or you can just pause it. Your priority, if you want to reread it and stuff, is on Angry Joe's Twitter. But it is a very professionally done response. Congratulations to Joe on that. Um, and yeah, to all the people who were rushing to judgment, don't do that. No, wait for both sides of the coin to come out. Wait for both stories to come out so you can judge it based off both stories. Don't automatically assume someone's a creep because of one story. Wait for the person to respond and see how they respond and what they say about the situation. It's never good to rush to judgment because it affects the outcome of anything a lot more than you think. Anyway, guys, I'm the Film Attackers, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys next time.